Stop it, John. It's pinning me, it hurts badly. Stop it. This is African Folktales and Histories by Esther. Lily sat on the soft couch, her legs tucked underneath her, watching the rain tap lightly against the window. The air inside the house felt warm, but there was a strange quietness that made her feel a little lonely. Her mom was on a phone call with someone from work, speaking in a voice that was serious and a little stern. Her dad, sitting in the chair across from her, was typing away on his laptop, his face focused and busy. Lily and her older brother, John, often spent afternoons like this, playing games or reading books while their parents were caught up with work. Lily liked this time, it felt peaceful. But today, she was feeling a little restless. The toys seemed boring, and the books didn't feel as fun as usual. She glanced over at John, who was flipping through the TV channels. "John," Lily said, her voice a little hesitant, "what are you doing?" John, who was a year older than Lily and always the more adventurous one, leaned forward, his eyes bright with excitement. "Lily, look at this. I found something on TV, come see." Lily scrambled to her feet and padded over to where John was sitting. He had found a strange video, something that didn't look like any of their usual cartoons or shows. The people in the video looked older, and they were doing something that made Lily feel a little uneasy. "What is this, John?" she asked quietly, her voice tinged with confusion. John, however, didn't seem worried at all. "I don't know, but it's probably something for adults. Let's watch it." Lily hesitated. The video felt wrong somehow, but John was already glued to the screen. She shifted uncomfortably on the couch. It was just a video, right? Maybe it wasn't so bad. Her curiosity got the best of her, and she decided to stay and watch. As the video continued, the people on the screen did things that Lily couldn't understand. She didn't know the words for what they were doing, but her stomach twisted. The sounds coming from the TV were strange and made her feel uncomfortable in a way she couldn't explain. She glanced at John, who seemed absorbed, watching intently. Lily's mind raced with questions. Why were they acting like that? Why did it make her feel so uneasy? She thought about her mom and dad, who always told her that there were some things only for grown-ups. Was this one of those things? John turned to her with an excited smile. "I think it's just something that adults do. It doesn't look bad. We should try it too." Lily's eyes widened. "What do you mean, try it?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. John was confident as usual. "I think it's something we're supposed to do. Let's try it, like they did." Lily felt a knot tighten in her stomach. She didn't know what to say. She wanted to trust John, but something inside her told her it wasn't a good idea. She still didn't want to seem scared. Maybe it would be fine. After all, John seemed so sure about it. "Okay," she said hesitantly, but only for a little while. They went into the bedroom and tried to mimic what they had seen in the video. But the moment Lily attempted it, she felt an uncomfortable pain in her body. It wasn't like the games they usually played or the fun things they did together. This felt wrong, it hurt. Lily immediately stopped. Tears welled in her eyes. She didn't understand why it hurt or why she felt so upset. She looked at John, hoping for an explanation, but he seemed confused too. "John, this hurts," Lily whispered, her voice trembling. "Why does it hurt?" John blinked, looking at her for a moment, then slowly backed away. "I don't know, Lily. Maybe we weren't supposed to do it like they did in the video. It's okay, we can stop. Lily nodded quickly, feeling relieved. She curled up into a ball on the bed, her heart pounding. She didn't know what was happening, but she knew one thing for sure: she didn't want to do that again. It didn't feel like something they should have tried. The next day, Lily couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. Every time she thought about it, her chest tightened. She wanted to talk to someone, but who? Her mother was always busy with work, and every time Lily tried to get her attention, her mom would say, "Not now, Lily. Mommy is working." Lily felt alone. She didn't want to bother her mother again, but the worry inside her was growing. She wished she could tell someone what had happened, but she didn't know how. What if no one understood? What if they were angry with her for even watching the video in the first place? Lily tossed and turned in bed that night, the weight of her thoughts pressing down on her. She didn't want to keep this secret, but she didn't know how to bring it up. The next morning, Auntie A, their kind neighbor, knocked on the door. Auntie A was always friendly and loved to chat with Lily and John whenever they needed someone to talk to. She had a gentle, reassuring way about her that made Lily feel safe. Lily was sitting on the couch, staring at her hands, when Auntie A came over and sat next to her. "What's on your mind, sweetie?" Auntie A asked softly, noticing how quiet Lily seemed. Lily hesitated but then felt a wave of relief wash over her. She needed to talk. "Auntie A," Lily began, "I saw something on TV yesterday with John. We didn't understand it, and it made me feel funny. We tried it, and it hurt. I don't know if it was bad, but it felt wrong." Auntie A listened carefully, her face full of understanding. "Lily, I'm so glad you told me. You did the right thing by coming to me," Auntie A said gently. "What you saw was not something meant for children. Sometimes, people make videos that are confusing and not okay for you to watch or do. You should never try something that makes you feel uncomfortable." Lily's heart fluttered with a mixture of confusion and relief. "Why did it hurt, Auntie A? Why don't I understand it?" Auntie A smiled gently, brushing a lock of hair from Lily's face. "Sweetheart, it's perfectly normal to be curious, but your body is still growing, and there are certain things that adults do that you're not ready for. You don't need to understand everything right away. What's important is that you never try anything that makes you feel bad. Your body is your own, and it's important to keep it safe." Lily felt a sense of peace wash over her. Though she still didn't fully understand everything Auntie A had said, for the first time since the incident, she didn't feel so alone. She felt heard. Later that afternoon, Auntie A spoke to Lily's mom, explaining what had happened. Lily's mother listened carefully, her expression shifting from concern to resolve. She decided it was time to sit down with Lily and John for an open conversation. "Lily," her mother began gently, "I'm so glad you spoke up, sweetheart. It's so important that we talk about things that make us feel confused or uncomfortable. What you saw was something meant for adults, and I'm sorry you had to see it. But I'm so proud of you for coming to me." Lily nodded, relieved that her mother wasn't angry. "I didn't like it, Mom. It hurt." Her mother hugged her tightly. "I'm so sorry, darling. You're right, there are things that are just for grown-ups, and you're not ready for them. You should never do anything that feels wrong to you, and it's always okay to ask questions. You can come to me with anything, anytime." John, who had been quiet through all of this, finally spoke up. "I'm really sorry, Lily. I didn't think it would hurt you. I thought we were just playing." Lily smiled softly. It's okay, John. I think we both learned something. As time went on, Lily's mother decided to make some changes. She realized how important it was to be present for her children. She took breaks from work more often and spent time teaching Lily and John about boundaries, safety, and even age-appropriate lessons on sex education. Lily and John both learned that curiosity was normal, but it was also important to ask questions and talk to trusted adults when they felt confused or uncomfortable. In the end, the family grew closer, learning the value of communication, trust, and understanding. Hope you enjoyed the story. Like and subscribe for more folktales stories with moral lesson. Bye.